On again in quiet, Glendora in sight when they topped a hill. Taterleg seemed to be thinking deeply. His face was sentimentally serious. "Purty girl," he said in a pleasant vein of musing. "Which one?" "Vesta. I like 'em with a little more of a figure. A little thicker in some places and wider in others, but she's trim and she's tasty and her heart's pure gold." "You're right, it is, Taterleg," Lambert agreed, keeping his eyes straight ahead as they rode on. "You're aiming to come back in the spring and go pardners with her on that sheep deal, ain't you, Duke?" "I don't expect I'll ever come back, Taterleg." "Well," said Taterleg abstractedly, "I don't know." They rode past the station, the bullet-scarred rain barrel behind which Tom Hargus took shelter in the great battle still standing in its place, and past the saloon, the hitching rack empty before it, for this was the round-up season. Nobody was in town. "There's that slab-sided, spider-legged Alta Wood standing out on the porch," said Taterleg disgustedly, falling behind Lambert, reining around on the other side to put him between the lady and himself. "You'd better stop and bid her good bye," Lambert suggested. Taterleg pulled his hat over his eyes to shut out the sight of her, turned his head, ignoring her greeting. When they were safely past, he cast a cautious look behind. "I guess that settled her hash," she said. "Yes, and I'd like to wad a handful of chewing gum in them old bangs before I leave this man's town." "You've broken her chance for a happy married life with Jedlick, Taterleg. Your heart's as hard as a bone." "The worst luck I can wish her is that Jedlick'll come back," he said, turning to look at her as he spoke. Alta waved her hand. "She's a forgivin' little soul anyway," Lambert said. "Forgivin'? Don't hurt him, Mr. Jedlick," she said. "Don't hurt him. I had to build a fire under that old gun of mine to melt the chewin' wax off of her. I wouldn't give that girl a job washing dishes in the oyster parlor if she was to travel from here to Wyoming on her knees." So they arrived at the ranch from their last expedition together. Lambert gave Taterleg his horse to take to the barn, while he stopped in to deliver Pat Sullivan's check to Vesta and straighten up the final business and tell her good bye. End of chapter 26.